Awesome. Andrew, how you doing today, man? Pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, good. Enjoying the warm weather. It reminds me of home. So just bring the heat to New York.
Yeah, it has been quite hot. The past day is probably going to be hot the rest of this week. I'm not quite used to it, but hopefully it's manageable the rest of the event.
So I've been living in Singapore for 15 years, so this is normal. And I've just moved to Dubai, where it's less humid but even hotter. So all good, man. We can do this, Brandon.
Andrew, to kick things off, I'm sure people would love to learn a little bit more about you and yourself. Maybe your story and how you kind of got into the Web3 space. Everyone's got an interesting backstory given it's a non-traditional industry. So tell us what kind of piqued your interest and how you got into the space.
Yeah, like my career has always been, and my interests have always been on the tech side of things. Crypto's this melting pot. You've got a lot of people ex-finance, a lot of people ex-tech. You get a variety of people, art, culture, kind of coming in. But definitely, you can kind of peg me on the tech side trajectory into crypto. So, always loved computers. Fortunate enough to have a bunch of computers from my dad as a kid. Went on and studied IT, went and worked in a couple of tech companies, ended up being acquired by a telco and running a data center line of business in Australia. So really started to move towards that sort of infrastructure, really large, scalable infrastructure. And before all the big tech guys, telcos had the largest kind of, distributed tech kind of infrastructures, and moved to Singapore, joined Cisco, spent a lot of time working on large infrastructure projects for customers. And this time had a few friends dabbling in crypto, and I was just mucking around, exploring new, interesting. Went over to AWS to build out all their teams focused on startups and venture capital in South Asia, and had all these crypto companies as customers. And they were just the funnest, most interesting kind of customers out of my whole patch, right? So from there, whilst I was mucking around with a bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum on the side, I'm like, yeah, look, I think this is what I want to do. And then, was talking to a few people, was really fortunate enough to meet the CEO of Blockdaemon, and came on board to build APAC for him in January 2022. So I've been at the company about 3.5 years now. And recently I've just moved to Dubai, and I'm leading all our revenue functions now globally as well. So it's been a really good journey. I look at this as, tech fundamentals, moving into sort of finance kind of, sphere as well, but very much background is the institutional kind of infrastructure. So Blockdaemon is just the perfect company for me, right? Yeah.
What can you tell us about Blockdaemon? What are you guys trying to accomplish? What's your ethos, your mission?
So Blockdaemon's the gateway for institutions to Web3. We help them connect securely, with all the compliance and security that they require, but help them connect on-chain. So we started life about 7 years ago. We're supplying a lot of nodes. Ethereum, Bitcoin is where we started, and then there was this explosion of L1s, and we added more and more protocols. Then we went into staking and staking reporting, and then we acquired an MPC company, and recently we've acquired a DeFi connectivity company as well. So we're now a very broad institutional platform, one connection for an institution to us. You're able to get on chain, read, write, post transactions, pull data off chain. We offer ways to index the data as well. Many large institutions need blockchain data in a specific format. We give the ability to do, POS chain native token staking. I think we support about 40 protocols there. On the on-chain side, I think we support about 70 protocols. And, we'll get into the MPC bit, I think, a little bit later. And then recently we've added another 170 odd endpoints on the DeFi side. So, for example, we've got an RWA API. You can check what RWA assets are on different chains. And, we give the institutions this ability to actually perform functions and business objectives, but also check and verify kind of what's going on chain as well. Yeah. So complete, end-to-end infrastructure platform for institutions.
Excellent. Yeah, I want to talk about MPC, the multi-party computation, right? That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about that here in a minute as well. You also mentioned RWAs tokenization, something that's really big in the space right now, especially with institutions. And now that we got, PayPal with a stable coin, you got Bank of America wanting to do something, and JP Morgan Chase, and you got all these, BlackRock preaching tokenization and its multi-trillion-dollar potential. Like, it's such a big and exciting part of, I think, as a branch of Web3. Curious what you're seeing on that front from an institutional perspective, maybe from your guys' own perspective as well, in regards to maybe where tokenization RWAs might take us.
Yeah, so you mentioned a few names there. A lot of those folk are either investors or customers of ours. So, we're very fortunate enough to have an all-star cap table, JP Morgan, Citi, Goldman Sachs, and they're customers as well, right? And then we work with, the largest players you mentioned, like PayPal. They've been a customer for a long time. Yeah. Plaid, Andreessen Horowitz, we've got an all-star list of customers that we work with that are exploring these different use cases as well. Specifically on the RWA side, it's a fantastic way for institutions, to get assets on chain, work out liquidity options, and settlement, and work out really how they can move much faster in a compliant manner on chain. We're seeing many announcements happen right now. We're working with a lot of the L1s that are really pursuing the RWA market as well. And like I was saying, we've got some RWA specific API offerings as well, like, in our suite. So I think that's a really exciting opportunity as well. Whether that's sort of private credit markets, like I said, I live in Dubai. Dubai seems to be really pursuing the tokenized real estate kind of opportunity as well. It's a very, very, very large market segment that represents a very large opportunity to take financial assets on chain. So that's an exciting time. I think you brought up MPC as well. So that's something for us that's really core to our business. Ultimately, we're running node infrastructure, right? Whether that's a full node, an archive node, a node that's supporting an API, a staking validator node, and MPC is no different. It's just an MPC node as well. So for us, it's, we're running different node types. So we were very fortunate to acquire an MPC company called Sepio a few years ago now. Its solutions running, in the largest banks globally, a couple of banks in the US. We've got that solution in a lot of large crypto exchanges as well, and custodians and wallet providers as well. And it offers, the highest level of security. There's no single point of failure. It's very flexible and customizable. For those that need it, they can deploy it on-prem, so they get to control where the deployment is. So it's a very high-end, sophisticated, configurable MPC solution to deliver wallet, and MPC requirements to our institutional customers. So that, that business is moving forward rapidly. We're really excited. We've got a few things coming out in terms of product releases on that front as well.
Awesome, man. What can you tell us in terms of some of those potential releases? I'm sure some of it might be under embargo for now, but what's on the roadmap that you can highlight or kind of hint to?
Yeah, so like I was saying, we've got customers like Circle. Actually, we've got the largest exchange in India, CoinDCX, that are moving into Middle East using it. Other exchanges as well, telcos that are using it as well, tier one banks. So you're going to see more flexibility in terms of how it can do its connectivity. There's more certifications. The certifications are really important. The security certifications, the industry certifications are really important for MPC as well. And then, we do have a product called Institutional Vault. It's very focused on MPC for cold storage as well, air-gapped, sneakernet capability as well. So, many of our large institutions actually have multiple wallet providers, right? And they're looking to segregate and have different wallets for security reasons as well. So we've been very focused on the cold kind of vault capability, and we've got capabilities coming down the line that will allow you to do things like cold staking out of a cold wallet, right? Which is really important, especially for regulatory environments where they're mandated to have a very high percentage of total assets in cold cold storage as well. So, a very rich roadmap that's been driven by our largest customers on the MPC front. Yeah.
Excellent. So what brings you to Permissionless? What are you guys looking for while you're here? Are you just kind of connecting and getting to know the people? Are you looking for any strategic partnerships, spreading the word on Blockdaemon? What's kind of your guys' mission?
Yeah, I think it's we'll say yes to all of that and all of the above there. We're very focused on the US market. It's super exciting what's happening right now, right? I was at DAS in New York a couple of months ago, just being able to see, the US market open up so rapidly, on the regulatory side is really driving our largest customers, partners, and prospects in the US to move really quickly. So we're here, we're doubling down on the US market. We're here to talk to people. We're here to work out through partnerships. Constantine, our CEO, is doing a panel with Yano right now, just over there. So, but I wanted to get this podcast done as well. And we're here to engage directly. And if this is going out live, look, I'll be floating around the VIP room. Come and say hello. So I think that's one piece, right? We're always looking to expand. Growth is critical for us. This week we released the Blockdaemon Earn Stack. This is a capability our customers have been asking us for. So we now have a Stripe-esque no-code widget. You can basically drop it into, any sort of wallet or any sort of, online protocol or project that's looking to have earn functionality as well. So it also not only does staking, it does some DeFi swap capabilities as well. So we're talking to a lot of builders about, hey, look, you don't need to build that, just drop it in and you're good to go. And it's been designed with all the security, compliance, the latest guidance from the SEC, all of that is built in. So for us, compliance like ISO and SOC 2, these things are critical. Making sure we maintain OFAC compliance and making sure we're, engaging directly, with the US regulators and making sure we design things that are fit for the market, right? That's really important for us, and our customers. So we're just talking a lot about Blockdaemon Earn Stack. It's just gone out this week. Constantine's over there talking about it now as well.
Nice, man. That's awesome. I want to do a quick little rapid fire session with you before we start wrapping up the episode. Just a couple quick questions. Give me a short answer. The first one is, who's your favorite Web3 personality in the space right now?
So I think, I do various times going down crypto Twitter rabbit hole. And so various amount of time, I've kind of pulled back a lot lately. I do like following Anatoly on X. I think a good balance, a little bit of fun, a lot of tech, some market thoughts, some engineering thoughts. I think he's a healthy guy to follow, as well. And there's a few others, but let's go with Toly.
What is your favorite Web3 project right now? Aside from what you guys are doing yourselves with Blockdaemon, what else do you like? Someone that's doing really good stuff in the space?
So I think there's a couple of answers, right? So if you can think about our business, we're constantly talking to new protocols. So let me give you a kind of new protocol answer. I think, what I'm finding really exciting is probably two things. There's a lot of projects around the Ethereum ecosystem, pre-confirmation, speeding up rewards, lowering latency that are really interesting. One's called Optimum. And I think a lot of the Solana ecosystem projects are really interesting right now. On that front, we really like the work. And if you think about my background, like on the telco side, I like fiber optic networks. So we really like the 00 project as well and what that's going to be bringing to the Solana validators. There's one other project we like as well called Raiku and the Solana ecosystem as well. Trying to build out some of the things I'm used to in the Web 2 world, like load balancing, and trying to build some of those capabilities around Solana infrastructure so to continue to land transaction. So probably, it's a long-winded answer, but, I want to give you some of the kind of newer kind of projects and protocols that kind of we're talking to and with and working on and, working out how we're going to participate and support those projects as well.
Yeah, I appreciate the alpha. There's a lot of great stuff that's going on in the Solana ecosystem. And then last one, for the theme of this summer, what do you think it is? Do you think it's stable coins? Some people think it's decentralized AI. Do you think it's something else?
I think it's definitely stable coins and RWA, keeping in mind, like, I'm an institutional guy, right? So I'm going to give you an institutional view on this, right? It's definitely, these sorts of projects as well, and working through, who's going to be deploying, who's going to be using, who's going to be merging some, hybrid Web 2, Web 3 infrastructure, stablecoin. I think the use cases specifically around cross-border payments, I think that's clear. Like, that's over the line, right? And so I'm really interested to see the extra innovation that comes around stablecoins and RWA as well, right? I think the more economic value we get on chain, we grow the ecosystem on chain, that's really critical as well. So I'm always going to give these sorts of answers. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Where can people go to learn more about Blockdaemon? Website, the best place to go? Socials? Do you have a community, or where would you send people?
Yeah, so you can hit us up on Twitter, X, right? I think it's Blockdaemon HQ. Go to our website, blockdaemon.com. You can always reach out there. Yep.
Excellent. Any way for people to get in contact with you? Are you active on X as well? LinkedIn, or where was your profiles?
Yeah, I'm going to give the boring answer. Like, I'm actually like, I don't know, like, let me just say it because it's true. Like, I'm probably more active on LinkedIn. On X, I'm a reader. And then LinkedIn, I'm probably more active. You can find me. Fortunately, I'm the only one with my name on LinkedIn. It's pretty easy to find me, right? Yeah.
Awesome, Andrew. I really appreciate you taking the time today. It's been a pleasure learning more about Blockdaemon, what you guys are focused on this year. Keep me up to date on everything and post it. Would love to set up something in the near future, maybe a part 2. Keep me posted. Sounds amazing what you guys are working on. And enjoy Permissionless too. And I wish I could make this talk, but hopefully I can see it. Maybe they'll play it back later or something. But no, enjoy your time, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for having us.